In an ABC News exclusive, a look inside this Beijing laboratory where research on a COVID-19 vaccine called Coronavac is underway with the pharmaceutical company Sinovac. Coronavac is one of at least 11 around the world approved for human testing.
So the vaccine shows a good safety profile. We haven't seen any severe adverse reaction.
Scientists say the vaccine has generated immune response in the majority of humans that were tested, suggesting it may protect people from COVID-19. Sinovac saying large-scale studies could be complete by fall. That's the same timeline U.S. companies are looking at to deliver an authorized vaccine by January 2021. U.S. officials feel comfortable with the oversight of European and U.S. regulators in drug development, but Dr. Anthony Fauci says history in China gives him pause.
That material that has come out of there has been material that has not been first rate. So I certainly don't have as much confidence in which comes out of China than I do which comes out of the United States.
Meantime, scientists at Chicago's Northwestern University are also hard at work, looking at a version of coronavirus possibly unique to the city, which appears to have stemmed from the early outbreak in China. They want to know if it may have a different impact and transmission rate than the more widespread versions in the U.S. that are believed to have arrived from Europe. A race to find out more about the deadly virus as it continues impacting vulnerable populations, and states starting to show an increase in younger people testing positive for COVID-19. It may be because older adults are more compliant with distancing rules. And at least 17 states plus Puerto Rico have a rise in new cases. Arizona and Florida both seeing record high increases today.
And those who test positive are almost always asymptomatic.
The World Health Organization is urging people to stay vigilant, saying the pandemic is accelerating as countries reopen. Yesterday alone, there were more than 150,000 new cases reported across the globe, the most in a single day so far. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.